things when it came to their sustainability program. So lack of standardization and lack of rigor. As we move forward in time, now we see that, data is critical to managing a successful ESG and sustainability program, right? Because third-party assurance is becoming, kind of table stakes, so to speak. When we disclose our emissions, when we disclose sustainability data, more and more expectation around treating it just as seriously as we treat financial data, right? So third-party assurance is key. For better or for worse, there's a lot more reporting guides, right? So whether it's the updated GRI standards, or if you're a participant in TCFD, or any of the other reporting frameworks, there's a lot of different guides to take into consideration. And that necessitates a certain amount of rigor and organization when it comes to your data. And now with more and more folks being compelled to not only account for, but then disclose their scope 3 emissions, right? So we've got some pending and current regulations that are driving this, as well as consumer and customer expectations as well. So next slide. So I think a lot of us probably understand this, but looking at
capture data next. So the way I like to look at this is with the input. Obviously you're not going to get very far if you don't have an easy way to input data into a system, so a software solution. So no matter where the data is coming from, whether it's from your managers or suppliers, as Sean was mentioning, or people at the site level, you might be bringing it into Excel spreadsheets. It could be through APIs or flat file transfers from your different systems that you have out there. The input needs to be simple and straightforward, and something that people can easily enter information into. Next. And then of course you want it to be accurate, right? And that was again kind of what Sean was alluding to earlier. You need accurate data. It has to be validated at the point of data entry. I think that's incredibly important, being able to control what's going into the system, having that baseline that's accurate and validated is really, really important. And then you want to be able to aggregate it. And to me, this is a really important piece, because not every company, and Sean and I see this all the time, not every company is obviously set up the same. And we work across so many different industries here at Sphera that it's really interesting that you might want to do things by group, division, site. There might be brands involved. If you're if you're an apparel company and different sites, that sometimes things are done by project. You have to have a very flexible hierarchy to be able to aggregate the data the way you need to do, whether it's whatever reporting agency you're trying to, whether it's an internal sustainability report or beyond. Next. And then visualize it. That's really important too, obviously, is being able to take that information that's now, quality data, one source of truth, but then be able to visualize it properly in dashboards and reports. Next. And whether that report is going to be to, as Sean was mentioning, TCFD or SEC, CSRD, any of the various things that are out there, CDP, GRI, it needs to be traceable too. So, not only are you going to be reporting on this information, the information has to be traceable. That's incredibly important. It needs to be validated. Third-party assurance these days is what's needed to be able to report out on the data, so you're not accused of greenwashing. Next. And the last piece is what I always like to talk about. And this kind of gets into
Global Sustainability Impact Assessment Manager. And one of my responsibilities is to calculate our corporate carbon footprint. And we include the scope 3 emissions in that. So happy to share how we tackle the challenges associated with that. As Arcadis is a big organization, mentioned, we employ 36,000 employees around the globe and have 40,000 client projects each year around the globe, and have 4 main business divisions, which are resilience and places, mobility and intelligence. So quite a diverse spectrum of projects, and within our operations we have committed, as you said, to net zero by 2035 across our value chain, and we have established interim targets and milestones. For example, we are committed to reducing our overall business travel emissions by 35% and our air travel emissions by 50% by 2025. And we also committed to transition our company fleet to 100% electric vehicles by 2030. Also, thanks to the strong non-financial reporting, our NFR program and our ambitious net zero commitment, we perform well in ESG ratings. And particularly I wanted to mention that we're proud that in Arcadis we have the platinum medal for the second time and earned the CDP score A- for the reporting year 22. And yeah, this is especially mission critical for our business, as we ourselves sell some sustainability related services and like build very sustainable projects, sustainable constructions and infrastructure and all kinds of projects. So this is mission critical and is our license to operate. And we show that we are a true leader in sustainability by that. So coming back to more details of your question on our journey, how to get there. So in 2000, we started with spreadsheet-based exercises. So lots of spreadsheets, and for expanding business, this expanded and got challenging. So then we switched to a software solution. Finally, last year, reporting for 2021 first time. Still the 2019 baseline footprint was calculated manually at an aggregated country level and using many spreadsheets. So now all, 2 years ago we implemented the Sphera Cloud corporate sustainability software, the SCCS we call it internally, our NFR reporting platform, non-financial reporting. And this has been a great improvement for us. So at the first years also we only covered scope 1 and 2 emissions and certain categories of scope 3, including business travel, category 6 out of scope 3. But we first left out purchased goods and services. But since then we have extended our scope 3 calculations and now cover all categories